The next most common operator is called file type. Just as Cite limited your results to pages within a particular website, this is the way of limiting your results to files and documents of a particular kind. Now, there are lots of different kinds of documents out there. There are PDF files, Acrobat files that are often used to contain documentation. So a lot of manuals, for example, that are for electronic documents will be in PDF formats. There's doc files, docx files, and so on. These all have these 3 or 4 letter extensions which tell you what kind of document there are. Now, there may be some file types, some file extensions you may not know about. CSV and DAT are commonly used to represent globs of data that are out there in the world. CSV stands for comma separated values, and what that means is you can, for example, go find a CSV on a particular kind of data and then download that data set and do something with it if you're trying to do some kind of business analysis, say. There's some others you might not have thought about. For example, KML, which is used in the Google Earth product, and I'll give you a demonstration of that in a second. One thing to remember about file type is that you can use it in combination with Cite : So if you say Cite, stanford.edu, file type, say PDF, you can then make a query which starts to build up all these different pieces. Let me demonstrate this for you. Let's try that KML extension. So the way file type works is you just use as this operator file type, and in this case I want to try KML. This is the Google Earth file type extension name. So in this case I want to look for something like the Lewis and Clark expedition. What I'm looking for in the back of my mind is a Google Earth rendering of the path that Lewis and Clark did on their voyage of exploration. So now if I do this search, I have a whole bunch of these results here. Now, what do you do with a KML file? Well, one thing you can do is to download it. So if I click on this, I can say now save link as, and that will download the file to my computer and allows me to then upload it into Google Earth or whatever I want to do with it. Another thing you can do though in Google is to actually see this little blue link right here that says view on Google Maps. Anytime you see a link like this that says view on or view as, that gives you the ability to actually then take that and automatically, in this case, download it into Google Maps and get a view of it. This won't be the same as looking at it in Google Earth, but it's a pretty good preview. So let's give it a try. If I click there, what happens is it brings me to Google Maps and downloads the entire KML file. And you can see here, this is in fact a very nice representation of the entire trip of Lewis and Clark. So this is a fantastic resource for the kinds of things if you want to discover, for example, natural resource boundaries or watershed extents and so on. You can search for those using file type :KML, and you'll find Google Earth data sets and representations like this that you can use. Let's try another search. One of the searches I said before we could search for is CSV files. So let's look for a file type CSV like that. Now remember, all the results I'm going to get back are now going to be comma separated variable files. So let's look for something like, say, tax rate, and I'm going to limit this by using Cite : so I'm now going to limit it to a particular domain, in this case NJ for NewJersey.gov. And what you see here are a bunch of CSV files, all of which give you different kinds of data resources, all in this case limited to the site nj.gov. Imagine what you can do with this. You can now look within any particular resource for files of a particular type. What I've tried to show you in this little lesson is that the file type operator works almost exactly the same as the Cite operator. They both limit, filter, reduce, focus the set of results you have. So now give this a try. File type is a way of specifying the kinds of documents you want to look for on the web, and allows you to get to them very, very easily.